Nice view of the Chipola River. Doing about a 16-mile day with, ran into a couple of hikers, quite a few hikers last night. One of them is Indigo. Hello.
Hello.
So we're hiking today, and we thought, well, take a little break at the picnic bench and enjoy the river for a bit. So I'm still at the Hillcrest Baptist Church. This is kind of a famous stop on the Florida Trail. Going down the road that way, the hill goes down. And down the road that way, the hill goes down, so you can kind of see. As you're coming in here, the top of the hill, you know where it is. You know that's where you're going to be able to get a good stop. They've got a church right there, and then behind the church, they've kind of made it their mission to take in and support through hikers, people that are hiking the Florida Trail. So they set up this separate building in the back, and there's Sea Otter. Maybe I'll get him to answer a few questions. He's a bit of a trail legend. And so they've got two buildings here set up, and it's a really nice setup. They're really wonderful people, and really good food. Kathy, who cooks the food here, makes fantastic biscuits and gravy. So if you're through hiking the Florida Trail, everybody knows this is a must stop. The Hillcrest Baptist Church and Hiker Hostel. So Sea Otter, who was just waving at us, installed these solar lights on the two buildings. So if next time you're here, you can thank him for his handiwork. I think he's a bit of a legend because he has triple crowned 3 times.
No,
Oh, I'm sorry, twice, which means you've done those 3 trails twice. He's done the Appalachian Trail twice, the Pacific Crest Trail twice, and the Continental Divide Trail twice. So that's a lot of miles.
And then last year I actually did like a great portion of the AT a 3rd time, but I actually walked from the Canadian border on the long trail, tapped in to the AT at the southern Vermont, and walked all the way down to the Everglades in Florida for 3,600 miles. It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, you've done this trail a couple of times now?
Well, this is my 2nd time. Like I said, last year I walked from Canada down to the Everglades, and so I came in on the Blackwater Trail. So I haven't been to Pensacola, which I'll go to this time. And then what I did last time, I took the eastern corridor around Orlando, and this time I took the western, coming up this way. And then I went down Lake Okeechobee last time. I did the western corridor, and this time I did the eastern, plus starting at the Oceans to Lake segment instead of down at Big Cypress.
So last time you did what's called the, I think it's called the Eastern Continental Trail?
But I didn't do the whole thing. I just did a truncated version. You know,
Oh, okay, I see.
So people, for the whole thing, you start at Key West and you tap into, or you start at Nova Scotia, and you do the international AT after Katahdin, and you go up to Nova Scotia.
Okay. What would be like one piece of advice you would give somebody who's thinking about doing a through hike?
Wow, I mean, I guess it really depends on who it is and what their issues are, but the path is unique for each individual, and each person will have their own way of sorting through their tensions, their worries, their problems, their fears. And so know that you're going to come across points of contention within yourself where you think something's difficult, and the idea then is to actually push through your barriers so that it doesn't become an issue anymore. So that's the place of growth. That's the place where you become more than who you thought you were, and you change your belief system about who you are and what you're capable of doing. And so know that you're here to change. Know that you're here to expand your consciousness, to overcome fears, to connect with people on a deeper level, and to connect with yourself on a deeper level.
Yeah, well said. I also feel that's a big part of being out in the trail. It's just, it does change you, and you do a lot of introspection, and it can almost be like a meditative experience to me, which, you're just kind of out here, especially this trail for me, because I went 6 days without seeing anybody. So, that's a lot of introspection.
It is. And, every trail has a unique signature to it. It has a unique personality or facet of being that challenges you in different ways. And so, so you think you might have covered something, and it's like you're ready, it's like, oh, this is easy now. But then if you go do the Pacific Crest Trail or Continental Divide Trail, there's going to be other things that will pop up that challenge you, that makes you catch that flow out of a place of more, not uncertainty to more of like, I could do this and anything that's next,
Right. And it just, aside from trails, like, do you have like a quote that you like, or?
A quote that I like, huh? I don't quote other people. I make up my own quotes as I go along, I guess.
Hey, it could be one of your quotes. By the way, this is probably my favorite trail author. He writes some really great stuff in the groups, and so yeah, I think I would actually prefer one of your own.
But
quotes.
That's the problem is I don't memorize anything. It's just it comes out spontaneous based on what's happening right here and now.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just say. I mean, it's nothing profound, but it is in the same thing. It's like state your intention, put it out there, slip into the intention, and flow without resistance. Don't let your ego get in the way and micromanage your intention. Make your intention fairly broad, so you have room to maneuver without having to worry that you're going outside your own lines and everything, and you'll have a better experience. And so. Expect change, expect growth, expect expansion, know that you're on a self-heroic journey to make yourself more complete and whole and connected to your own personal nature by adapting to be flexible with nature itself.
I like that. I think I can even take all that and I'll just pull a piece of that from what you said, flow without resistance. Yeah. I think that kind of sums up everything right there. So, all right, man, I appreciate taking the time to answer some questions, and good luck finishing this trail.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, man.